From Iceland. Okay, could you please tell me about yourself?
Like you said, my name is Ruth and I come from Iceland. And well, if you want to hear something personal about me, then that's that I don't really like cooking, but I love to bake and I love food and cakes and everything. So if you have food for me, I'll love you forever.
I expect cookies from you.
Yeah, okay, if you give me food, I'll give you cookies. Seems like a fair trade, right?
Oh, fair trade.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay then. Could you please tell me about your country? It's like I rarely heard about Iceland. So could you please introduce something about Iceland?
Yeah, I actually coming here, I expected nobody to have ever heard of it. So I was actually surprised that people had actually heard about Iceland. Because the country itself, well, it's not so small. It's 103,000 square kilometers, but the population is only 320,000 people.
300,000?
Yeah, like 320. Let's not forget those 20,000 people. And well, it's so because it's not that many people, the population is low, and it's quite big country. Like it's about the same size as like England. So like if you compare the people who live in England and Iceland, so you know.
Did you come from capital city of Iceland?
No. I come from a really small town in the west, which is only 650 people. So,
how many people in that?
Like 160,000, I think. That's the same as the capital in Iceland. But yeah, because we have such like small population and big landscape, we have a lot of like untouched nature and really pure nature, and even like my area of the country is organic certified. So even like my mom would go out and like and everybody will go out and pick like blueberries or something and make jam and everything, and it's really healthy. And we also, a lady from like my area makes all these creams that are really super good for the skin, and they're all like organic certified. She just goes somewhere like random into nature and picks up the herbs for it.
Wow.
So it's really it's really good. And the whole country is like, we talk about Iceland as the land of extremes because we have ice and fire. We have the glaciers and the ice and everything, and then we have volcanoes who like burst out through the glaciers. Most of them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And hot.
Yeah, you're the first one to say that ever. So it's all Iceland, that must be cold, right? But it's actually, it's not that cold. I can wear t-shirt and shorts in the summertime. In the winter it only gets to like -10, maybe 15 if where people live, like in the middle of the country. Okay, it gets to like -20, 30, but nobody ever goes there, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so and like in other countries it gets to like always where people live, it's like -30, 40. So like compared to that, Iceland is not that cold, and it is livable, with t-shirts and shorts in the summer. So that's quite good.
Do you have like any traditional clothes or maybe food?
We actually have a lot of traditional clothes, but they're I don't know how to describe them, because it's like a dress and it goes like really long, and then they have like the apron, the girls, and it has actually, because you can't buy it nowadays, it's impossible. Everybody inherits it from their like grandmas or grandparents. So, and it actually has like usually like gold on it here, like gold like chain that goes like zigzag over, and it's like quite tight here. And then some of it depends on for what kind of like event they would use the costume, but sometimes they have like weird hats, that go like up and like a little thing that goes up for it. And the guys, it's more like a suit, but you can still tell that it's because it also has the golden chain that goes over, and it's really like more cut, and.
Okay, I'll find one in Google and add it in the video.
Yeah, that's perfect. And but then we also have like modern traditional Icelandic clothing that are made out of wool, like wool sweaters and
cold weather.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I have 2 of them with me now actually, because they're really warm, and I expect it to be cold here. Like it is quite cold here now, so they're
especially in APU.
Yeah, exactly. They come in handy, I tell you. And a lot of it's very everybody in Iceland learns how to knit. Like back in the old days, it was only girls who learned how to knit, and boys learned how to do carpentry. But now, everybody, all girls and boys learn how to both knit and do carpentry and stuff like that in high school and stuff. So everybody knows how to knit, and it's very
Wow.
popular to do that, like knit, like, you know, hats and everything. So,
Oh.
and because we have a lot of sheep, that's also one factor. It's the same as New Zealand, I think. We have twice the population.
Bunch of sheep.
Yeah, it's like actually twice the population of the people, like how many sheep there are. So we are like, it's like 320,000 people, it's like 600,000 sheep that we have.
So sheep land.
Yeah. Well, sure.
So how about your food?
That's also the sheep. We eat a lot of sheep.
Oh, yes.
Quite obviously. And the thing about the Icelandic sheep that it's because it runs freely in the nature, because we have a lot of nature for them to run around in. They're really, the meat is so good, you know, because it's like really strong and healthy sheep that go running in the nature.
I love sheep.
Yeah. So and we eat literally everything of the sheep.
Everything.
Literally everything. Like ask me any body part and yes, we eat it. All the insides, the head, the eyes, the balls,
Eyes?
everything. Yeah. Because we have a special dish called svið, and it's the sheep head and it's burnt, and then it's it's burnt and a little bit. I don't know exactly what they do to it. I don't know the English word for it. That's the thing.
Okay.
And it goes so like the eye becomes a little bit soft, and then people usually like suck it out.
Oh.
I don't do it. I still find it too gross. It's mostly the older people who do it. I still can't.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more also Icelandic food that like young people nowadays usually don't prefer it. It's an acquired taste, the traditional foods, because the thing is that in February we have because we had an old calendar in Iceland that goes by the Nordic gods, not you know by the Christian calendar, the people have today, and we still celebrate the old month of those at the same time as February is right now, and then we eat all the traditional foods. Like we don't eat it on daily basis. It's just like in that month people will eat it and like get together with their families or co-workers and everything, and then like either cook it themselves or go out to eat it. And so it's like we have a lot of quite weird stuff. It's like a lot of, because you know back in the days they didn't have freezers or anything, so they used to get all the food in the summertime, so it had to last through the winter. So they had to make it rotten or fermented and stuff like that. So it smells quite gross, but it's actually really tasty. A lot of it. Like we have rotten shark.
Want to try that?
Yeah, exactly. It's something that everybody has to try, but it's understandable that people don't like it.
Oh, why?
It's understandable that people don't like it. Yeah, because it's quite special. But then there's also a lot of good things, because we also have I love them actually. We make them all year round. It's like flour cookies or wheat cookies, cakes or bread or whatever how you translate that, with butter. And then we would put, actually we have in Japan, we have fresh fish. We put fresh salmon on it, raw salmon, or cured. Mostly cured. I love it when it's cured. And we take that and eat it, and it's so good.
I just ate just an hour ago, and you made me hungry.
Yeah, at least I could have that now.
Okay, let's get to the point. It's so we want to ask you about what is your purpose of coming to Japan? You left your country and come to study in Japan. You want to spend 4 years in Japan.
Yeah.
Why you do such a thing?
I really wanted to just get out of my comfort zone in Iceland and experience and learn something new, and really get familiar with and acquainted with a new culture and new costumes. And notice how Japanese people are they have really different customs than Icelandic and Western people. They're so, I'm not gonna say that Icelandic people aren't polite, but Japanese people are super polite and in a different way. It's they have so much respect and for the elders and all that. It's just, they're really polite in a different way from the Icelandic people and all that. So I wanted to know what that was like, and all that, know why they do the things that they do, and and just really learn something new language. It's completely different from what I've learned, because I've learned a few.
Completely different.
Exactly, I've learned a few European languages, but then Japanese is something on a whole nother level.
How many languages you can speak?
That depends on how you define can you speak. I can speak fluently Icelandic and English.
Oh.
My Danish, I used to be fluent, but I haven't used it for 3 years. So, now I can struggle my way through it, and I can understand what people are saying.
Oh.
And then, like, I studied German for 2 years, and now I can read and write it, but not, like, speak it so well. Like, I'll understand sometimes when people are talking, but it's really hard for me to speak it. And then I went to Bolivia, actually, for 3 months last year, so I studied a little bit of Spanish. But, yeah, exactly, so, like, it did... Yeah, but I can't really say that I speak, German and Spanish, because I only know a little bit of it, so I don't really count them. They can both count as like 1/3 of a language or something,
So, what is your dream that you want to make it come true?
My dream? I don't have a specific dream. Actually, I haven't made up mine. I'm still a freshman here, so hopefully I still have time to make up my mind. And I do jump from one dream to another quite frequently.
Change all the time.
Yeah, but they mostly include like doing something good, like make some kind of a change in the world. Like I'm not gonna say world peace, but it's always, we can all hope for that. But the thing is, like, there's a lot of bad things going on in the world right now. So if I can help change at least one of them, or at least a little bit, do something, make some kind of a change for somebody or some society or something, and I'll be happy.
Since you have done many activities, could you give me some example what you have done from 8 months since you came to APU?
Since I came to APU?
Yeah.
Last semester mostly went into studying Japanese. That still didn't work out as well as I would hope for. But we'll get there. But then in the summer break, I participated in Kumon. Kumon summer, English summer immersion camp. And that was to teach English help Japanese children gain confidence in English and using the English language. And help them to help them use it and speak it and be more familiar with it and feel more comfortable with it. So we do that through a lot of activities, games and also games, and to start hanging with them and get them to write down what they feel and express their feelings. And
I want to join that. I want to improve my English right now. What kind of game do you have them play?
It's a lot of we play words games with them, so we'll play
crossword or something?
Not so difficult, it's more matching the words. So if you have what 2 words can you put together to make up a new word, and then they'll have sun, glasses, that's sunglasses, and then they'll be yeah, it's a new word, and then they bust their confidence. And a lot of games like that, and we'll play around with them and put on what do you call it? Put on a cosplay or something. We'll put on costumes and we'll act out something for them, So it makes it more fun, and we'll get them to write a diary and they'll read it up, get confident in that. And then we also teach them more, teach them about the environment and about the situation, the poor and the rich people in the world, and all sorts of stuff to raise their awareness as well. So it's really good for the kids.
What kind of kids do you teach them?
It's from 3rd to 6th grade elementary school in Japan. So they're from 9 till 11, or kind of about.
Can they speak English at first?
Well, it's really different from kid to kid. Most of them can speak at least a little bit, but some of them are really shy, so it's hard to get them out of their shell. But then we'll get one-on-one kid who actually can speak a lot. So it really depends on the kids. And most of the time then we try to activate the kids who are fluent and get them to help the ones who are younger or less confident. So they also peer helping, and so they also help each other out.
It's do you see the difference? The kid with just the beginning of the course.
Oh yeah. A lot of them, there's a huge change. Maybe in the first day we'll be oh wow, he doesn't speak at all. Some will just sit there and be not say anything.
Wow.
Well, in the last day he'll be running around playing with the other kids and shouting something out in English, So
that's good.
Yeah, so it's it makes you so happy. It's really fun. Really giving.
Well, you have many interests in your life.
Yeah. And then, well, if you're talking about since I came to APU, then this semester I joined Sri Lankan Week, which is one of the culture weeks here. So I'm in one of the dances, and after I joined that, I've come really close to the Sri Lankan community and people from a lot of other nationalities as well, of course, because people from all over participate.
Yeah.
But mostly they because I'm hanging out with the people from Sri Lanka a lot, so I've gotten really closer to their community. Because I don't have an Icelandic community here like everybody else has. I'm the only Icelander, only one.
The only one?
Yeah.
Wow, sounds like Survivor. Somewhere.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I'm the only one here, so I don't have, the Korean or Thai community or Chinese community or whatever else there is. And
With community.
yeah, exactly. There's so many people always gathered from their countries. So it's actually, in a way, it's good for me because a lot of people just stick to their country people.
Yeah,
but I have to
exactly.
Yeah, so I'll mingle with people from everywhere. But yeah, so that's really fun. In this Sri Lanka week has been really fun, and tomorrow's the grand shows. Then I'm actually quite sad it'll be over, but I'm starting Nepali week now, so I'll hopefully meet some new people through that. And yeah, I'm really excited about that.
So do you have any plan for the future? What kind of activity you want to do next year or maybe next semester?
Next semester, well, I've only planned now the winter break. I'm planning on traveling in Asia. But then in next semester, I'm not sure. My dream would be to have an Icelandic week. But it's quite difficult since I am the only one. We'll see. Stay tuned on that one. But yeah, I still I just want to join more weeks and maybe join a circle. I still haven't got myself up to actually do that, but yeah, we'll see. Do something good and maybe actually work harder on my Japanese, but we'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Since you have done many things, do you have any slogan or motto that brought you here with that confidence that made you become you this day?
I think it's the Icelandic motto that I have always went by, and I think almost all, if not all, Icelandic people go by, and that's in Icelandic it's "Þetta reddast." It basically means it's all gonna be okay. Whatever happens and whatever situation we're in, it's all gonna be okay. And people use it for any situation. If it's oh, I have an assignment due tomorrow, but I'm not doing it. We just say that oh, it's gonna be okay. If you all work it through, sometimes it's not too good, but most of the time it's really, it's good for your, thing. So you're not too sad about it. If something happens, it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. So how's about your Japanese test for tomorrow?
Japanese test tomorrow?
Oh, it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. It's fine. Yeah, that's the thing, and that's what I always gone by. And also my personal one is no regrets. Whatever you do, don't regret it. It's all part of you. It's all part of your experience. It's what made you become you. So yeah.
Do you have any advice for those who want to come to this place? Something that you can find only in APU that you must not miss that, or something?
I think the biggest part about APU is how open everybody is to everybody else's beliefs and cultures and everything. It's because if people just stay in their country, they're often really close to other cultures. They're just oh, I think my belief is the best belief. I don't understand why other people believe in something else. That's so stupid, Instead of being actually open to it and actually listen to hey, why do you think this is better than that? And why do you believe that this is this way but not that way? And the people in APU are generally quite open to hearing out new things and learning about other things. So I think if people come here, they should really be ready to be open-minded and really ready to be in that kind of environment and with the people from all over. Because you can learn a lot from other people in other cultures.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's all about Ruth from Iceland. どうですか? 皆さん.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.